Hey guys, welcome to the lesson on productivity actions. These are going to be actions that you can take after you go through the productivity module. The first thing I want you to do is write down the top priorities that you have in your life. I want you to make sure that no two priorities are equal. There is always a hierarchy. So it might be like, your mental, emotional, and physical health is number one, or it might be like your faith is number one, your physical, mental, emotional health is number two, your family is number three, your work is number four, your money is number five, like whatever. I want you to separate out what is important from what you think should be important. And again, these are going to be for your life, like the overall priorities in your life. There's going to be so much freedom when you make a list in order of priority, because then when you have to choose between two things, you always do what's in front of the one thing, what's higher on the list. Now I want you to make a list of the top 1 to 2 priorities for this year. I want you to, this doesn't have to be your top priorities on your life list. It can just be any two that you want to focus on. So there's a difference between your overall priorities for your life and then maybe this year. Is it a season for you? Are you going to focus on your business? But that's not the most important thing in your life. It could just be for this season. When you prioritize, you're always going to know where to put your time, energy, and money because you've already committed to an order of importance. So you might really want to lose weight this year, and your health and your life might depend on it. And that can be more important than even family this year. And that's okay. I feel like people really just want permission to do that. And I'm going to give that to you. You have my permission. Whatever you want to be a priority this year. I want you to then make a results and action list. I want you to make a list of the results that you want to see in the 2 areas you're prioritizing this year. And then I want you to create a list of actions to take in each of the results that you listed. And then I want you to plan 1 to 3 action items on your calendar every week. Okay? And then as the week comes, you will edit and revise. But the key to increasing your productivity is to measure everything based on results and not based on the time spent in that activity. I want you to consider putting a constraint in your life that you don't check email until after 12 p.m. I think there's even an entire book on this. You're wasting really good mind and brain power when you check email and social media before noon, right when you wake up. So your brain gets a little decision fatigue, and it doesn't take a lot of brain power to check email or social media. So I really encourage you to do that in the afternoon. Okay, if you had 5 years left to live, how would your priorities change? What about 10 years? What about 20 years? What about 40 years? And I want you to write down the answers to each. This is similar to the activity action that you'll do in the design module, but it's a little bit different because it's specifically talking about your priorities. So how would your priorities change if you had 5 years left to live? I want you to really think about that and write that down. None of us know how long we're going to live. Again, you're going to die. I love when I say that, but it's true. So I just want you to keep that in mind, to take setting your priorities really seriously and remember your mortality, as morbid as that sounds. Imagine you're 100 years old. What would you regret not doing in your life? Are you willing to live with that regret, or are you going to change your priorities and make something a priority? So I did this when I was quitting my job, and I knew that if I didn't give it a go and go full time with my business, that I would regret it. It was very clear. This is a great exercise for decision making. Okay. What would your future self want you to do? Your future self is just so smart. It's amazing what answers you'll get when you ask your future self. So again, write this down in a journal, in Evernote, in wherever you take notes, in the notebooks that come with this course. Next, for your goal, and this you'll understand more once we go through the goal setting, but for your next goal, I want you to commit to taking way more action than you think you need to take. So I put 30 actions down here, but if 30 is what you thought you should take, then take 60. I don't want you to get in the habit of taking small action. I want you to get in the habit of taking massive action. You want to meet someone, you go on 30 dates, you go on 50 dates. You don't go on 4 dates and say that dating doesn't work. Dating works. Remember, when you think you've exhausted all options, you haven't. I just love that quote. It's just beautiful. So if you're feeling stuck and with whatever it is, when it's, you need to be productive and you need to get results, but life's getting in the way, or whatever is going on in your life, ask your brain for help. Ask a supportive question to get your brain working on solving the problem for you, and then come up with more action items that you can take, because you have not exhausted all options. Remember that. Next, I want you to practice those thoughts, emotions, and questions that we talked about in the last lesson. I just put that here as a reminder that that is an action item and I want you to do it. So how can I be more productive today? What should I focus on today? How can I provide more value? How can I be more productive at work? How can I be more productive at home with my family? So productivity isn't just about your work life. It's not. It's, what is the result that you want in your family life? What do you want at home? Think about those things. These actions will really help you improve your skill set of productivity, and the result is that you are going to be able to design your dream life intentionally, because it all comes down to creating the results that you want, which is at the heart of productivity. All right, I'll see you in the next one.